Welcome to the Point of Focus podcast. Jer's back to talk everything into reality.
We'll be back every week all season long
with your host, Jeremy Piccott.
Focusing only on things that we want to get bigger in our lives.
Made by coaches and collaborators coming together for the purpose of co-creating.
Enjoy or join the in-depth discussion, information, and how-tos.
Stay tuned for another episode of the Point of Focus podcast.
Hi, guys, and welcome to the Point of Focus podcast. Today, we have Goldyn Duffy, and we are doing a live strategy session where our point of focus is going to be nutrition and how to use it as a powerful tool to transform your body. Okay. Can you hear me?
Got it. Yeah.
All right.
Shopping.
Part two. Part two. Did you remember the numbers?
30 grams of protein, 35 grams of carbs, and I don't remember the fat. Darn it.
I think it was 33 carbs and 9 fat.
Okay, 33 and 9. Okay, got it.
Right? So basically what I would do is I would just walk around and just kind of mention your favorite things. And as we walk by, just start picking some stuff up that, like, if you're ever going to eat that something, pick it up and check it out.
All right. So let's see. I did want to get peanut butter, but let me go to the nuts first because I like nuts.
Okay.
So are peanuts good or are almonds better?
Well, they're going to be, are we talking salted peanuts or what?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as we're hitting the numbers, it's going to work. So that is like the main thing is that we're hitting these numbers.
Okay. That's what we're going to focus on for now.
That's what we're going to focus on. The food sources are secondary.
Okay.
The main thing is don't want to cause inflammation in the body. And any inflammation in the body, we want to eliminate it.
Okay. So is salt bad when you do nuts?
Salt is what it is. We should have about 3,500 milligrams a day. It's part of our diet. So why don't we read the back and see what's in the nuts?
Okay. Scary. We have almonds, non-GMO, canola oil, and salt.
Okay.
Is that okay?
How many milligrams of sodium?
We have 115.
Okay, so you got 3,500
milligrams. Okay, that's not too bad. And then the peanuts, let me just check the peanuts.
Well, we got to check some other very important information before we move on.
Okay, all right.
Because we're trying to count to 3 numbers: carbs, protein, and fat. So where are your peanuts going to fit into that?
So they are 16 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs. So that's way more fat than I need.
That is. So what's the serving size there? 50 grams?
It says 3 tablespoons. So yeah, I probably shouldn't do nuts right now because you lowered my fat.
Well, nuts, you get about a palmful. Like that's probably a third of a cup. Or yes, it is, right? 3 tablespoons is a third of a cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't need quite that. You could have about half of that, right? Which turns out to be about a palmful.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So if it was 16 fat, now if we're within a couple grams, you don't have to be too picky, right? And if you have 16 at one meal, and then if you had like an apple and some lean protein, then it might come out in the wash, you know?
Got it. That's great.
When you're following this, the guidelines are pretty big because you're going to see positive results plus minus 1,000 calories.
Okay.
So there's a really big tolerance.
Okay.
That you're still going to see positive results.
That's good to know. All right. So I like crackers.
Okay. Perfect. So let's find some crackers.
But they're gluten-free.
Okay.
So my favorite crackers are hand nut thins.
All right.
Those are my favorite.
And
So we've got, let's see, 23 grams of carbs for 19 crackers. So I usually do half of that amount.
so if you think about that, you said what, 23 and 19 crackers?
Yeah.
You're pretty close to a gram a cracker. Like, you know what I mean? That's the way my mind would think of this.
Yep. That makes
So
sense.
if you're shooting for 33, a perfect portion for you would be 33 of those crackers. Now, what's the fat content?
You just made me really happy. 3.5 grams.
3.5 grams. So now if you were having close to 2 servings, you'd be having a serving and a half, right?
Right. So that would be 7.
So that would be like 7. So now if you had the meal that we had talked about before, where you had an extra couple grams of fat in your peanuts, now those 2 meals would have evened themselves out, right? You would now you have to add your protein.
Right. That makes a ton of sense.
Right? So now you have to add your protein.
So let's take, so I would add, probably if I was doing crackers, I would add some tuna. Okay. So what that is.
So yeah, looking at pretty well. Here's a good general rule of thumb. About the size of the palm of your hand is pretty close to what you're going to find is a perfect portion. And that's like relative to like most human beings. But if you look at a can,
so does that mean you don't necessarily scale?
You get good with your eyeballs very quickly, but you should have a scale in the beginning.
Okay.
Because then you've got a true proper gauge.
I've been scaling for a while, so you're probably right. So 3 ounces of tuna is 21 grams of protein, 2.5 grams of fat, and I'm probably going to add some mayonnaise.
Okay, so you'd actually be looking at a little bit more than a can of tuna.
Yeah. So
or is that a 3 ounce can?
That's a packet.
Okay, so grab a can for a second and see what's in a can.
Yeah, let me see what the can's like.
Maybe that packet's just not quite enough.
So the can is 29 grams of protein.
So a little bit too much. You've almost got 2
minutes. So I would probably do 2 packets.
Yeah, or
maybe
almost just over half a can.
Yep.
Right, which is reasonable.
The whole thing. Okay.
Reasonable, right? Like we're talking about 3-hour windows.
Yep.
Right, like everything we're talking about right now, we're talking 3-hour windows. When I'm like, you can have this much, that's how much you can have per meal, which comes down to about every 3 hours.
That works. All right. So, whoops. Yep. All right. So I was going to go, I do like peanut butter. I was going to look up peanut butter, but I'm thinking, so do you think so like you said, just stick to the numbers. It doesn't really matter what it is.
In my opinion, those numbers are like the king. That is, will it work if I do this? Yes, it will work if you listen to those numbers. Now, if you go for like a sugar-filled peanut butter or a peanut-only peanut butter, that reacts differently in your body, maybe. You might be sensitive to it. You might not be sensitive to it. So everybody's going to be different.
Yep.
But if you've been doing gluten-free for a while, you should know what it feels like to not have inflammation in your body.
Definitely.
So you should recognize pretty quick if you put something in your body and it has a reaction.
Yep.
And then if that happens, put that on your I don't want it anymore list.
Right. I do want to find things that are more like less sugar based, like have less sugar in them, right?
Yeah.
Like all these peanut butters have sugar.
But very little, like 4 grams.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's not enough to really care about.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, this is like 3 grams of sugar.
Yeah, like
Okay.
not a concern.
All right, cool.
Not
All
a
right,
concern.
so
So
where do I go
now,
next?
so now you've got peanut butter. What are you gonna have with peanut butter?
Peanut butter, I like usually rice cakes.
Rice cakes, perfect. Gluten-free.
Yep, of course.
So let's check
Let
that
me
out.
find
So
them.
now, how much peanut butter were you allowed to have?
I usually do like 2 tablespoons, but let's see what this says.
Oh, okay, you haven't got it.
Yeah, this the one I have says serving size 2 tablespoons, total fat 16 grams. So that's
Little too
kind of
much.
high. Yep.
A little too much.
So
So
these-
1 tablespoon is going to have 8. I would say that is your perfect portion. 1 tablespoon.
All right, so 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and then the rice cakes are 19 grams of carbs.
For how many? 2?
No, just 1. So it looks like I'm at 1 and 1.
1.5, right? Because you
1.5.
get 33 grams of carbs.
Right, 1.5. Perfect.
So 1.5 rice cakes.
Yeah, and it has a
rice
half half a gram of fat in that. So
Not enough to worry about.
okay.
So 1.5 rice cakes, scoop of peanut butter, and then protein could be.
Yeah, what would I do for protein with that?
I don't know. Do you do any plant-based protein shakes?
I actually do collagen. I usually do like let me look at that. The primal fuel collagen protein. That's usually what I drink.
Okay, so that's got to be a blend of collagen and.
Yeah, let me see in it.
Now, proteins are tricky. I react to almost, I would say 90% of protein supplements out there.
Really?
So I like to go for a plant-based protein.
Okay, so this one is bovine collagen peptides and coconut milk powder.
What's the nutritional breakdown?
So it's 2.5 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of protein.
11 grams of protein. So you need 3 scoops of that to get your protein, right?
Right. Which I'm okay with.
Well, how big are those scoops?
They're pretty big.
Pretty big. So that
But
might
it's not a real thick shake. Like it's almost like chocolate milk kind of a shake.
Okay. That might not be the best one.
Okay.
If you enjoy it, that's fine. But a lot of
that's like my after workout thing that I do because it was just protein. So I'll usually throw an avocado in there with some spinach.
Nice.
Just to get some, fat and stuff right after I work out.
Okay, so what would be the shift moving forward? What would you do?
I don't know. Why don't you give me a good suggestion because I'm in front of these protein. What's a good protein? Which one do you like?
See if there's just a plant-based protein. See if you can see plant-based protein on the label. And then
Let's see.
pick it up.
These Sun Warrior ones, I think, are plant-based. Keto-friendly.
Because a lot of people are sensitive to dairy and soy, which is where a lot of proteins come from.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sensitive to anything like that, thankfully.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, if you're not sensitive to it, then just pick one up and read the back.
Okay.
Like in one scoop, you should get anywhere from 20 to 30 grams of protein.
Okay.
Um,
Where's this one? This has got a lot of amino acids. This looks like a good one. Where is the protein? Oh, 17 grams for 1 scoop.
There you go. So you need 2 scoops.
Yeah. So 2 scoops. I think I'm going to get this one.
There you go. So 2 rice cakes, scoop of peanut butter, 2 scoops.
Yep. Got it.
Perfect meal. If you're ever in a jam,
yep.
bring a bunch of those with you.
Okay.
Right? Like missing a meal is the worst.
Yes.
Is worse than repeating a meal.
Yep.
Protein powder is dehydrated food anyway. We don't have to be afraid of protein powder. It's real food. Not that I'm suggesting you have 5 shakes a day, obviously.
Right.
but you're not likely to have, 4 chicken breasts and a can of tuna.
Right.
So
Right.
having the supplement on hand really helps out.
Okay, cool. All right, what's next? I like eggs.
Eggs, perfect.
Yep.
So as far as eggs goes, there's going to be 6 grams of fat per yolk.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to top out first is your yolks. So 2 eggs will be all the fat you need. And then it'll have 12 grams of protein. So you'll still need 20 grams of protein.
Okay.
So basically egg whites, if you had 2/3 of a cup of egg whites, 2 eggs, that would be your protein and your fat. Then you would just have to have maybe a bit of fruit or even a glass of juice.
Okay.
And then you'd have your perfectly portioned meal.
That's easy. That's really easy.
Right?
All right. How about cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese. This is going to surprise you.
I know. I'm actually a cottage cheese fan. Can you believe it?
Have you ever had it with peaches, like canned peaches?
Yes, that's my favorite.
Okay. I was going to say.
Should I do Yeah, I have to do either peaches or pineapple.
Okay. I never tried pineapple.
Oh, pineapple's so good. Yeah.
I've gone for mandarin and other citrus.
Oh, yes, I like mandarin too.
Not
So
bad.
would I go with a low fat? No, probably not. Do I want a low fat one?
So myself, I go with the lactose free. I wouldn't recommend low fat because low fat usually means high carb.
Okay.
So we need fat. We need 9 grams of fat.
Yep.
I wouldn't have any low fat products, to be honest.
Okay. And there was a lactose free one here, but I don't see it.
Yeah, it's usually a light green.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason is I will get inflammation. And I find that I don't get inflammation from the lactose free one.
Gotcha.
Now, it kind of goes against my straight from source thing. Like if you read the back, it looks like a science project. At the same time, it's a huge part of my diet. So I do incorporate it. Did it come straight from source energy? No, it didn't. But the more alive things you eat, the better you're going to feel.
Exactly.
This is not me saying, guys, you can only eat fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and meat for the rest of your life. No.
Right. Because it's too restrictive.
Of course.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that was the problem I was having before, because if I'm too restrictive, then I end up binging.
Well, yeah, big time.
After a couple of weeks, I'm like, yeah,
I do too. And the better I do, the worse the binge seems sometimes.
Totally. So do you do gluten-free breads?
No, I find that most of the gluten-free products still swell me up. So I still react. Like I started doing that. I went gluten-free and then I started dabbling into like the gluten-free cereals and the gluten-free Oreos. You know what I mean?
It's all dead. It's all dead food.
It just kind of did the exact same thing. So it was defeating the purpose of what I was up to.
Right. I got it. All right. So I got my cottage cheese. I don't have they don't sell that fruit here, so I'm gonna have to look that up.
That's okay. How much cottage cheese do you have?
I just got 1 container, so
Per meal.
half cup.
3
grams of carbs, 14 grams of protein, and 4.5 grams of fat.
So
I could do a cup.
There you go.
See? I'm getting this.
Right? It's not that hard.
The light bulbs are going off.
Every single time that happens. So now you have a gas gauge.
Yes.
Right? You're not lost in the dark. And anything in that store you can have in perfect portion.
Yeah.
Pick something up that's ridiculous. Like find some maple syrup, would you?
Okay. I can do that.
And let's pick up bacon too. If you pass bacon, let's grab a stack of bacon.
All right, so maple syrup is over here.
Awesome.
Just like a red maple syrup.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm in like a happy store, so it's not gonna have
any kind
like junk. Sorry, honey.
Doesn't have
all right, so we got 200 calories, 53 grams of carbs
In what?
in maple syrup
In how much?
for a quarter cup.
50 grams of carbs in a quarter cup. So you could have half of a quarter cup on nothing.
So like a tablespoon.
On nothing.
On nothing. Drink
Right?
it. I'm gonna put that because that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So think about this for a second. But
We put the maple. Oh God, you just ruined maple syrup for me.
well, think about this. You put your kids down at the table. You give them 2 waffles, and you coat it in maple syrup, and you wonder why the kids pack it on the pounds.
Yeah. No. Or running around the house like a maniac. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go with a juice. Let's find a juice. Do you drink juice?
I don't drink juice.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a very strict policy. It's either water, coffee, or wine. I can go to the bacon. Hi there. Good.
Maybe we can fine tune that a little bit.
Yeah, I like bacon. I definitely like bacon.
What would you have bacon with?
Usually eggs.
All right. How many eggs?
Or a burger. Well, right now I would. Oh, so I have to cut that down. Wait a minute.
Well, let's just realize what we're doing to ourselves.
Yeah, I have not been realizing that. Okay. So you're baking 7 grams of fat for 1 slice.
Okay, so you can have a slice and a half of bacon.
And 2 grams of protein. That's sad.
Slice and a half of bacon, but not if you had any eggs, because you already had the fat with the yolks.
So I got to take an egg out.
Well, you could have egg whites.
Okay.
And then a slice and a half of bacon would be your perfect portion.
Wow, I have not been doing this right.
So now let's think of what we'd have with that. We'd have a cup of juice, some toast, home fries.
No, I would probably do fruit.
All right.
Yeah, I would probably do some kind of berries or a couple of slices of like sweet potato. I've been doing like sweet potato toast.
Sweet potato toast, like make
Yeah,
it.
I just kind of make it. Yeah, I make slices of them and then I put my eggs on top of them. Really delicious. Yeah, super delicious.
So nature.
And then go ahead.
Nature's taking care of it for us. I mean, most things in nature you can eat one of. So like a pear, an apple, a banana.
Yep. Good news.
Yeah.
I can eat a banana. Wait,
course.
I'm getting bananas. Hold on.
Yeah. A medium banana is going to be about 30 grams of carbs. So a medium banana is going to be a perfect portion for you. And then you'd have to have a scoop of peanut butter with it and some protein.
That's a game changer.
Right?
Yeah, completely. Because I haven't had a banana in like 6 months.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
The things I hear keep me up at night.
Oh God, I'm serious. It's been a long haul. All right, cool. So I got my bananas. So that's 30 grams plus, what did you say? Peanut butter?
Well, sure. You need a fat with it. So peanut butter and banana are amazing.
All right. And then what about vegetables? Can I eat as much vegetables as I want?
Well, think
How do we
about that sentence.
Yeah. No. The answer is no.
The answer is no. However, a head of lettuce has 1 gram of carbs. So you could have 33 heads of lettuce.
Well, that's good news.
You know what I mean? So vegetables are mostly water. A sweet pepper has about 6 grams of carbs.
Okay.
So like you can eat a lot of vegetables. Are you going to eat so many vegetables that you tip the scales of this? Probably not.
No, definitely not.
Could you eat too many potatoes? Of course.
Yes, potatoes. So I can eat potatoes. What is a potato?
Medium potato, 30 grams.
30 grams.
Nature took care of it.
Got my potatoes back.
Yeah. So there you go. Baked potato.
Yep.
Little tiny bit of butter.
Yep.
Butter is going to be 5 grams per teaspoon. So you get about 2 teaspoons of butter. And chicken breast.
2 teaspoons of butter. All right. I like it. That's dinner right there.
There you go. So now every single meat out there, you're going to have about 4 ounces of it. So whether that's steak, pork tenderloin, chicken, it's going to be about 4 ounces. Fish.
That's about a fist, right? A fist.
Palm.
A palm. Okay.
A palm. So just
it.
a salmon fillet, it's probably in and around 4 ounces.
Okay.
Right?
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super easy.
Perfect.
So let's see, what else? What else is there? Any guilty pleasures that you have?
Probably the biggest one I have is like, well, what I've allowed myself recently, but I do like ice cream.
Okay, let's pick it up.
But we usually do dairy free.
Okay.
So all right, so let me go get my favorite ice cream that I only let myself have every 6 weeks.
Oh my goodness. Now you can only have it every 3 hours.
Yeah. What about like gelato? Like we like to go to this place that makes their own gelato.
Yeah.
How do you figure stuff like that out?
They probably have nutrition information. They probably have it on a website or a glass counter.
Okay.
Like it's somewhere.
Yep.
Right. And
okay,
then
I will find that out.
And I want you to think about this for a second. Right now, we've set you at 1,700 calories, which is 500 less, right?
Yep.
So let's say that you do that 80% of the week, and then 20% of the time, you have an ice cream that was extra. Right?
Yep.
So now when I change your diet to go down 500 extra, unless you start having ice cream on extra days, like, do you know what I mean? It's all relative. So once you start paying attention to this, if I had an extra ice cream most Tuesdays, because I'm a creature of habit, because I'm a human being.
Right.
And I change the diet and you still have that one ice cream on Tuesday, is it going to screw everything up? No, it's going to be part of it.
See, it's the mental game that makes me feel like I messed up. All right, so here's my favorite ice cream.
All right.
It is, okay, so for 2/3 of a cup, it is 15 grams of fat, 31 grams of carbs, 2 grams of protein.
So that's a serving size.
Right. So I'd have to do what? Half of that?
Well, your fat's a little high, but your carbs are on point.
Okay.
Right? And the carbs is the gas.
Okay.
Me saying that, don't give yourself intentionally too little gas.
Right.
But that's the one that's going to be the gas. And the other ones are going to help your bodily functions. And the protein's going to take care of your muscles.
Okay. Got it.
Right?
That makes sense. Yep. So now when you were saying that when I do the ice cream, I work that into the plan, or I just do a little extra that day, or am I taking it off of something else?
No, anything you have it in a perfect portion.
Okay.
Right? So if you want an Aero bar that day, you need an Aero bar.
Yep.
Wait for the 3-hour window. An Aero bar's got about 30 grams of carbs. That's your carbohydrates.
Got it.
Right?
Wow, that's like really easy.
It does. And you know what? It stops binge behavior because you're like, I just have to wait another 3 hours, brain. Like, relax.
Yeah. And you're satisfied.
No, like, sorry, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Being satisfied is a big thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, having a sugary thing after your workout is going to be beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's going to create an insulin spike. It's going to drive the nutrients into your muscles. So if you organized your sweet craving fix after a workout, you would be benefiting from that.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? Like bodybuilders will take corn sugar just to get their sugars back up and going.
Yeah, I have friends that eat gummy bears.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
You want the insulin spike.
That makes sense. All right, so for now, I think I can figure out the dinners okay. Yeah, I can figure out the dinners, no problem. So I can do the 30 grams of carbs for dinner. I haven't been doing any carbs at dinner, so that sounds great.
Yeah, Like it's so wonderful. And when you see it working,
yeah,
you're just like, oh my goodness. Like, how did I don't know. I don't know how it never crosses our mind. Like we've been eating our whole life.
totally. No, this
Right?
makes it, this simplifies it. Yeah.
Just never like even thought about, hey, I wonder how much I'm supposed to have.
Right. Exactly. Or just depleting. I think that's what I've been doing, is just doing way too much depleting.
That's what everybody does, because again, it's the more is better in the gym mentality and the less is better in the body mentality when it comes to your food. The less I eat, you know what I mean? It's just,
yeah, makes so much sense.
But when you get it right, it just works like it's supposed to.
Yeah. So what do I do for vegetables? Do I track those as carbs or no?
What kind of vegetables are you talking about?
Well, I do like little baby carrots with my almonds. I usually eat those with almonds.
You get quite a few. You can read the back of the. Like if you were to try to get your full 30 grams from the carrots, you would need quite a bit of carrots, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you would. Yep, I see what you're saying.
Right. So if you were
it's 7 grams of carbs for 3 ounces. So that's probably what I do.
Well, you have to times that by 3 to get you to 28. You could almost have 4 times 3. You could almost have 12 ounces, which is very close to a pound. It's
a whole bag. I think my jaw would be sore.
Yeah. Right. It would be very tough to just eat vegetables and get your nutrition. So let's go through a little day. We've woken up. What's a breakfast?
So I'm probably gonna do eggs. Okay. So I'll do my 2 egg whites, 2 egg yolks, right?
2 egg yolks, 2 whole eggs, and 2/3 of a cup.
Of egg whites.
2/3 of a cup of egg whites, yes.
Okay. Does that come out? I don't usually do cups, so. Is that 2 egg whites?
No, it would be more than that.
Okay, well I can measure it.
I do 7 and I get a cup.
7 and what?
I do 7 and I get a cup. You want 2/3 of that.
Okay. All right, so I'll have to figure that out. So I do that with berries, raspberries.
So eggs and berries.
Yep.
Perfect. 3 hours later, snack time.
Okay. So let's see, morning. I'll probably do actually I probably would do the protein shake thing first because it'll be after the gym.
Okay. So
I'll do the protein shake with, do we need to add anything with that?
You said avocado.
Oh yeah, I do avocado and I do a little cup of spinach.
And a little cup of spinach. So don't stop doing that. Now your avocado has got quite a bit of fat. So how much avocado are you having?
I usually do a half, but that's probably too much.
Half is probably okay.
It is, because I was struggling just getting enough fat in before because my fat grams were like 60.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you're still pretty close to 60. We're at 5 times 9.
Right.
Yeah. So
that is close. Okay.
So now you're going to need 30 grams of carbs with that too. 33 grams of carbs. So how about a piece of fruit or?
Yeah, I would throw a banana in there. That would make my life.
Oh, that would make your smoothie way better too.
Yeah, it would.
Right. So there we go. That's that. Now 3 hours later, we've come to lunchtime.
Yep. So then I'll do the tuna and the crackers with some mayonnaise.
Perfect. Moving on. 3 hours later.
I would do
3 o'clock.
God, this is so easy. I probably would do the rice cakes.
Okay. Rice cakes
with the peanut butter.
And
what was the other thing that we added to that?
Protein.
Oh yeah.
You want tuna?
No, I don't want tuna with that.
No, all right.
What did I say I was going to add to that? I don't remember.
I forget what it was.
I can't remember. That's so weird. Oh, I was going to do a protein shake.
You could. We've already had one shake. Do you like
Yeah.
turkey bites or anything like that? Like turkey steaks? Little turkey breads?
I do actually like beef jerky.
Beef jerky's amazing. I don't know if you make it yourself or not, but
I don't. We buy this one from Costco. It's called Larissa's, and it's really good. But I'm not sure what the content is. I don't have the thing with me right now. So I have to look.
When I make it for myself, it's like 1 ounce.
Yeah.
It's not a ton because it's all dried out.
Right.
Yeah. So beef jerky, rice cakes. Oh,
there you go.
All day. All day. So now
we're at dinner. So that's then it's dinner time. Yeah.
Yeah, dinner.
Okay. We do a lot of like turkey meat, which a lot of times I do it with tomato sauce, and I'm not sure if I should be tracking the tomato sauce.
You probably got about 6 grams of carbs in like a half a cup.
Okay, then I'm probably okay on that. Yep.
Not a ton.
Sometimes I'll do it with rice and broccoli.
Okay, so rice, let's check that out.
Yeah, so that's like, let me go check the rice.
Let's check rice out. Yeah.
I usually do like a half a cup of rice. I keep it to a minimal.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's check this out.
Now, I don't know if they have my rice.
To double back a little bit, you could have more frozen yogurt than you could ice cream.
I could have more frozen yogurt instead of
because the fat content can be less than that, right? And then we could get into like sorbets and like
yeah. I like the sound of that. I really do. Because at night I kind of drink tea and fight my life.
Yeah. Not anymore.
All right. So the rice is 1 cup is 43 grams of carbs.
Okay. So you can't have a cup.
I usually will do a half a cup. So it's 3/4, right?
You're pretty close there. Now, that sounds like a lot. My brain's saying that doesn't sound right.
No.
Let me check this out.
1 cup, it says 1 cup is 43 grams of carbs.
1 cup prepared?
Yeah.
43 grams of carbs, and you get 33. So
yeah,
you're pretty close there.
So it's like 3/4 of a cup. Yeah.
There you go. You get extra rice on this diet. What kind of diet gives you extra rice?
Or I eat ice cream.
Well, that's going to be later.
I like.
So now I eat every 3 hours, and if I'm awake for extra day, I do not starve myself. I eat every 3 hours.
Okay.
Right? Because some days are longer than others.
Yes.
So some days I will have 6 meals.
Okay.
Right? So that whole don't eat after 7 thing, don't even believe in it.
Got it. That makes sense.
And
so but what if you go over your calories?
I eat every 3 hours, right? It's going to come out in the wash. This works so well. You can screw it up pretty bad.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time, like literally. And I hope you take some pictures.
Okay. All right. So you want me to take pictures today?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think I'm considering starting on Monday. Do you think I should start tomorrow?
I think you should do whatever you want. I think if you want to psych yourself up for Monday, that's a great idea.
That's what I'm thinking about doing, because tomorrow is Friday.
Well, there you go. And this is going to be a new lifestyle. So
it is. And I'm coming off of 6 weeks of being super strict. So I feel like giving myself that grace is a good idea.
Absolutely. But follow the numbers to a T.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
So,
because if you follow those numbers, when I change them, your body will change with it.
I love it.
But if you're kind of hitting them sometimes, not hitting them sometimes, and then I change it, your body doesn't know what I want it to do.
Got it.
Right?
No, when I commit to something, I'm very strict. So we won't have that problem.
Amazing. And it sounds like you have got like all kinds of tools to test and stuff. So
yeah, I'm excited about it. And I already have a client for you.
Oh yeah.
So my daughter asked me if I could give you her number and you could text her. She wants to start right away.
Okay, cool.
She'll probably start on Monday. This is my oldest daughter. She lives in Connecticut. She's been looking for a plan, so she's super excited to do it.
Awesome. Yeah,
and I want you to work up my husband's numbers for me. So I'll send you his info, and then just send me like however you like to get paid, because I want to send you the 50 for that.
Okay, cool.
Cool. And I have like a million other girlfriends and people that are going to want to talk to you for sure.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. I'm getting a Facebook group going too. It's straight from Source Challenge.
Oh, yay. I'm excited.
So there'll be a community as well.
Perfect. I'm all about it. So I'll add people to that as well.
Yeah, I'll send you a link and stuff like that.
Super. I'm so excited to do this. You have no idea. You are an answer to, it's a total manifestation.
So think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Is this realistic?
Oh my God, yes. And so easy, so much easier than what I've been doing.
Right.
Easier. Yeah.
Never feel deprived again, but just do it properly.
Yep. Definitely.
And fat loss, like once you go through it and you know it, fat loss will never ever be a problem in your life again. Because let's say Christmas comes along and oh man, like there's these cookies that I have to eat.
Yes.
For the next month. So we're going to have to fix this in February. No big deal.
Yes.
I just come back and I'm like, okay, I've got like my map back home.
Yep, exactly.
Right? So like,
it's so easy to get back on track.
That's it. You just go through phase 1, go through phase 2, go through, it's a matter of time.
I love it. And then send me the information for the app as well.
Yes. I just have to add you and then it'll send stuff out to you.
Okay. Cool. And then I got to figure out the workout portion of it, which we can spend more time on later.
It drip feeds it to you. So I've implanted the entire system.
Okay.
And it gives you phase 1, and then it's 4 to 6 weeks later, it gives you phase 2. And then it's got like what to do, little videos. It's got a little guy explaining everything. It's completely foolproof. So if you're at a gym, can't screw it up at all. And you can track it. And on the app, you can track your food. You can put pictures in, and I can see all this.
That's amazing. So how much is it? How much is the app?
Well, I can just send it to you. I have room for like 50 people, and then it's like $1 a person after that or something.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it comes with it. It's got a 4-month, 4-phase system as well.
All right, perfect. Woo, that's great.
Right. So this is just step 1 of this journey.
All right, I'm excited.
Right. This is just step 1.
Yeah, we're best friends now. So
you can literally text me pictures of your meals, and I'll be like, "Oh man, you had a little too much carbs there."
I love it.
You know what I mean? Where's the fat? Right? Like you can literally send me every single meal if you want, and I will just be the peanut gallery on it.
That is so great. All right, and I'm gonna text you my daughter's number. Text her; she wants to get set up.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? I think I got this, and I'll text you if I have questions.
Yeah, you will, and that's okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Fred. Yay! This was fun.
See you, Gold.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy. Take care.
Have a good one.